The section I was most interested in Dolgen's readings for this week were adolescents of low socioeconomic status, particularly the fact that there were the kind of two areas to that distinction, that of low social standing and low income. It definitely went in depth about how these people do not feel like they have a lot of options or agency. They experience helplessness and powerlessness. They're almost trapped in this cycle because they don't have access to education, therefore, they cannot get the kind of materials and training they need to get a good job, and therefore they stay poor. Their families are fairly unstable due to single parent issues, and many teenagers feel a sense of isolation due to their socioeconomic status. While that obviously is true of many adolescents, that was not the case for myself. I came from a single parent family. My mother lost our home due to foreclosure and not being able to pay the bills in sixth grade. At that point, our grandparents were also largely supporting us, meaning my mother, my brother, and myself. So while we definitely had a low income, we didn't necessarily have low social standing. My grandparents had a really nice house, and while we were staying with them, there wasn't a lot of extra money to go around. Therefore, I didn't really have fancy clothes. To this day, I don't know how to drive because my mom was terrified that we'd get into an accident and then she wouldn't, have the money to deal with it. We couldn't get insurance. My grandparents had this appearance of being, upper middle class, and even though we weren't, because we were living there, it kind of rubbed off on us. Another way that this reality of adolescence was not true for my upbringing was limited alternatives and helplessness and powerlessness. My family was definitely blue collar for my mother's upbringing. My grandfather worked in a factory and worked his way up to vice president. So there's always this sense of if you can dream it, you can be it. And I never felt helpless. I was always told I should and had to go to college and do what I needed to do to, make something of my life. And not only to be stable, but to be happy. Last but not least, the idea about family instability was definitely not true for my family. The extended family was huge for us. They took really good care of us, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. I never had that instability or that feeling of being less than. And really quick before the last 3 minutes is out, I also was able to kind of become my own kind of social outcast by thrifting and going to vintage stores. Instead of being like, damn, I can't get those jeans, it was more like, I'm going to create my own style. And it really was more quirky than awkward. All right, that's my video. Thank you.